My name is Vera Futorjanski. I'm the innovation director for a San Francisco-based venture capital firm called 500 Startups. It's the most active VC firm in the world in terms of early stage investments. We do a lot of small checks. My role is I'm based in Dubai, so I manage the Middle East and North Africa, MENA and Russia for 500 Startups in terms of corporate and government innovation. Yeah. So we'll always look at the ecosystem in a holistic way, right? Of course, for us, the startups are always in the middle. It's important to invest in entrepreneurs. We work with startups. We make sure that they get, the relevant education in terms, of our accelerators we build. But what also is really important are all the feeders around the startups. For example, the investors. So we do a lot of investor education, where we educate investors on how to invest, how to think about investments, how to develop investment thesis. It's the government that potentially can change laws and regulation and legislations in order to allow startups to function better in that ecosystem. It's of course the academia, because that's where the talent is growing, and it's the corporates, because the corporates in the end are the partners and the clients for startups. So if all those feeders are functioning well, and like I just mentioned on stage as well, collaboration is key. If they all can collaborate well with each other, then we have a holistic, healthy ecosystem that will be thriving. Yeah, it's a really good question. I mean, they're very diverse. There is no one solution. That's why we'll always get into this in a kind of a more personalized way, depending on who we speak to. I think it's great already that pretty much all corporates realize they need to innovate, otherwise they will get disrupted. And we have those disruption examples, en masse. So that's a really good thing that corporates understand. We want to innovate. Innovation departments are being formed, or venture arms are being established. So that's a really good development that we see. I think it would be good if we can get more of the leadership on board as well, because many times it's the innovation officers, the innovation managers that really understand, because they work so closely with startups, whereas to get all the way to the leadership, who is in the end is the decision maker, it can be sometimes tricky and the processes are long, because I understand corporates are big, it's a long procurement process. I think it's about showing case studies and showing success stories. The more success stories are out there, and maybe either within the corporate or with the competition, and they see, actually it really works. It works to start working with a small startup, because why develop it internally and spend so much money on R&D if you can actually partner with a startup that has been building this for months or maybe years? It makes it so much easier. And there are different ways. You can either, as a corporate partner with a startup, you can invest, you can acquire, or you can build something together, bring them in and support your R&D department. But I really think it saves money for the corporates to work with startups long term. I really think it's important to develop this long-term vision. Short-term working with startups might not be as easy, because it does take time to develop, especially if it's innovative new products, right? It doesn't happen overnight, of course. So it takes time for for startups to build them, but they need testing grounds as well. So if the corporates would offer this kind of testing environments for startups, then it's a win-win situation, really.
Well, thank you very much for your time.